I want to share with you one of the most seemingly obvious, yet almost always overlooked principles that stops people who want to go offshore dead in their tracks. I'm Andrew Henderson. If you want to learn how to work with my team and I here at Nomad Capitalist to develop your own Nomad Capitalist strategy, you can go to nomadcapitalist.com and we'd love to help you. But let me share one very important common sense lesson that I've learned over not only a dozen years of researching and living the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle for myself, but now having spent years helping hundreds of folks do the same. And if you've watched a lot of my videos, you know I'm big on mindset. I'm big on getting into the stuff that pragmatically gets the job done. And so if you're looking to legally reduce your taxes, if you're looking to have dual citizenship, if you're looking for better opportunities around the world, better lifestyle, or all of the above, you need to have a plan to do that. But there's one thing that I constantly see people out there having trouble with. The thing people often overlook that prevents them from getting help is that they don't understand or aren't willing to accept that for a brief period of time, things are going to get worse before they're going to get better. I've been in business. I've run various companies in the United States. Now I've run Nomad Capitalist. 15 years. If I look back to when I was 19 years old and starting my business, I didn't really have a clue. It was funny to look back and see just how little I knew, but I was scrappy. I would work all the time. I had relatively little social life. I put all of my energy into building my business. And if you're a successful entrepreneur, if you're the 7- and 8-figure entrepreneur we talk to here, you remember those days too. Even today, I still work a lot, and chances are you do too. Now, why is it that you did that? You did that because you realized that if you put in the effort now, if you beat your head against the table, if you worked hard, if you did the stuff that almost no one else was willing to do, you would get results that almost no one else would get. That is the same principle that goes into creating and executing a successful offshore plan. When I was in the United States and I wanted to set up a business, I would go and I would form a new LLC, a limited liability company. In the state I lived in, it cost $50. $50, you paid it one time. There were no ongoing fees, no ongoing reports. It was really simple. Now, at the peak, I paid, I think, about 43% of my income in taxes, but starting the business, the actual legal structure was a joke. You could start hundreds of LLCs and you would barely make a dent in your finances. It was so easy to get into. It's like the Roach Motel, right? Easy to get into, but hard to get out of. And so when you go offshore, things are going to cost more. Banks are going to do more due diligence on you. There's going to be appointments that need to be made. You're going to need to have certain documents you're going to need to submit. You're going to need to form your offshore company. That's going to cost more than it does in your home country, probably. You're going to need, advice on how to, coordinate the taxes between here and here. If you want to go and leave your home country and live somewhere else, which is what you need to do for most cases, to turn on the tax savings, that's, where are you going to live? Now you need a residence permit. Maybe you need a tax residence. There's a bunch of different things that you're going to need to put together your Nomad Capitalist lifestyle. And, you're going to need different lawyers, different accountants, and each of them are going to cost a bit more because you're going to countries where those things just maybe cost a bit more than the $50 LLC. Now, the end result of that is that instead of paying 43% tax or 50%, some people tell me they're paying, or whatever your percentage is, maybe you're paying 5%. Maybe you're paying 0%. But for one brief moment in time, you're going to be filling out paperwork, you're going to be coordinating with different people, and you're going to have expense. And so going offshore, people they want to get to the end result. I'm all about getting to the end result. They want to get to the point where they just pay, 5% taxes instead of 45% taxes. But you have to understand that, you're going to take a quick hit. You're going to have some expenses. You're going to have to pay. And I think that's one thing that really gets in people's way, especially people who are younger, who are just starting out. But really, I see it across the board. The people that we work with personally, we do a pretty good job of bringing in folks who are committed to doing the job. But we get thousands of applications from folks every year who just aren't ready to take that step. They think that they're going to become a successful entrepreneur without putting in the hard work. They're going to be have a six-pack abs without going to the gym. Just as with anything else in life, there's going to be a price to pay, and it's going to be painful for a while. You're going to be angry. You're going to see the bill that it takes to set up a proper offshore strategy, and you're going to be a little bit upset. You might be a little bit afraid. And I think that a lot of people that are in the internet forums, that are in the Facebook groups, that are all chit-chatting with each other, they are delaying their progress because they don't really want to pay the money. They like the idea of thinking about it and contemplating it and seeking free advice. And listen, yeah, I've got a dog in this fight because I offer a service to about 100 people a year that helps them with this. So is it in my best interest for more people to want to do this properly? Sure. Now, 100 people isn't that many. So what I want to tell you, whether you're one of those 100 or not, is if you want to achieve the end result, you need to take the initial pain. Dive in, set up the corporation, do the tax work properly, get your residence permit or permits, get your homes set up around the world, hire some people, pay for their advice, hire a lawyer, pay a real estate agent. I consistently go all around the world and I say, who can I pay by the hour, by the day, whatever, to give me advice? Even if there's no deliverable, I'll say, hey, can I go pay a lawyer $5,000 or $10,000 to get advice about how this country works? How does renting an apartment work? How does buying an apartment work? How do I avoid overpaying or getting myself into a problem? I'm paying for advice all the time, not only for myself, but with our research team here. And so you really have to understand that. It's why, quite frankly, I don't have huge arms. Why? Because my desire to have huge arms or, to be in tremendous, bodybuilder shape, it's not worth the initial pain for me. It's not worth going to the gym. I'd rather be working, I'd rather be doing other stuff, which is why, I'm not in bodybuilder shape. It's just not worth it for me. I think you have to make that decision. Is it worth it for you? Is the payoff worth taking the initial pain? That's the question you have to decide for this offshore stuff, for the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle, and really for anything else you do in life. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. I wrote this book, which you can find on Amazon, to distill a lot of the stuff we talk about in these videos and a lot of the stuff I've learned over the last decade plus traveling all around the world, teaching you about how to legally reduce your taxes, build your personal freedom, and create wealth faster. Definitely get a copy of this book if you want to learn more. Now, if you want to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you click the notifications bell so you never miss one of our new videos with more tips on how to go where you're treated best. And if you're already a 6 or 7-figure entrepreneur and you'd like to put these strategies in place for yourself, go to nomadcapitalist.com and learn about how I can help you.